We all know the feeling of digital frustration. You've spent hours working on an important document, a crucial presentation, editing a cherished family photo. You click save, give it a name that makes perfect sense in the moment, and move on with your day. A week later, you need that file again. Suddenly, the name you chose, final report or client notes, is meaningless. You find yourself staring at a folder containing final report, V2, final report, really final, with no clear idea which one is the correct version. This is a common problem in our digital lives, a small but persistent source of friction and wasted time. This constant search for misplaced information is more than just a minor annoyance. It's a cognitive drain. Each time we stop our workflow to hunt for a file, we break our concentration and expend mental energy that could be better used for creative thinking or deep work. The minutes spent searching add up over days and weeks, accumulating into hours of lost productivity. This digital disorganization creates a low-level hum of stress, the background noise of knowing that our digital space is a chaotic mess. We promise ourselves we'll organize it one day, but that day never seems to arrive. And the pile of poorly named files just keeps growing. The root of this issue isn't a lack of effort or a personal failing, it's the absence of a system. Most of us were never taught how to manage the sheer volume of digital information we create and consume every day. We were given powerful tools, computers, software, cloud storage, without a user manual for how to keep them tidy. We fall back on our intuition, naming files based on what feels right in the moment. The problem is, our future self, the person who needs to find that file later, doesn't share the same context as our present self. What is obvious today becomes obscure tomorrow. The solution, therefore, is not to try harder or to spend a whole weekend on a massive, one-time cleanup project that will be undone in a month. The solution is to adopt a simple, consistent, and easy-to-implement habit. It's about creating a single, universal rule for naming every file you save. This small change in behavior, when applied consistently, can transform your digital environment from a source of stress into a streamlined extension of your mind. It's a foundational practice for building a second brain that reliably serves you instead of constantly frustrating you. The key to ending the frustrating hunt for files is not a complex piece of software or an elaborate folder structure. It is a simple, elegant naming convention that you apply to every single file you save. A naming convention is just a consistent pattern. By using the same pattern every time, your brain learns to recognize it, and your computer's sorting function becomes your most powerful organizational ally. The rule I advocate for is straightforward and incredibly effective. Always begin your file name with the date in a specific format, followed by a descriptive keyword and an optional version number. This creates a predictable and sortable name for everything. The recommended format is YYMMDD keyword VONE. Let's break down why each element is crucial. Starting with the date, YYMMDD is the most important part of the entire system. When you use this format, 4-digit year, 2-digit month, and 2-digit day, your files will automatically sort in chronological order. This is a game changer. Regardless of when you last modified a file, its name will place it correctly in the timeline of its creation. You will always see the most recent files at the top or bottom of your list, making it effortless to track the progression of a project or find a note from a specific meeting. The second component is a short descriptive keyword. This part of the file name tells you at a glance what the file is about. The keyword should be concise, usually 1 to 3 words connected by an underscore or a dash instead of a space. For example, instead of notes from my meeting with the marketing team about the new campaign, a much better keyword would be marketing meeting campaign notes. This keyword provides just enough context to identify the file without making the name long and unwieldy. The goal is clarity, not a complete sentence. Finally, the optional version number like VONE, V2, VFinal solves the classic problem of multiple drafts. How many times have you accidentally sent an older version of a document to a client or submitted the wrong draft of a paper? By explicitly adding a version number, you create a clear history of the file's evolution. This simple addition eliminates ambiguity and ensures that you and your collaborators are always working from the most current document. It's a small detail that prevents significant mistakes and confusion down the line, bringing a sense of order to the iterative process of creation. The true power of this naming convention lies in its universal applicability. It is not limited to just one area of your life. It can bring clarity to your professional projects, your academic studies, and your personal records with equal effectiveness. At work, where you might be juggling multiple projects and collaborating with a team, this system creates a shared language. Imagine a project folder where every file is named with this convention. Instantly, you and your colleagues can see the entire history of the project laid out chronologically, from the initial brief to the final report, without ever having to open a single file to check its contents. 2026-0329. Project Alpha. Brief, Vone.docx. 2026-0405. Client call, Acme Corp notes.txt. 2026-0430. Invoice client XYZ. Vone PDF. Notice how the keywords are specific but brief. This consistency makes searching effortless. If you want to find all files related to Project Alpha, a simple search for that term will pull up every chronologically sorted document, from meeting notes to final deliverables, giving you a complete project overview in seconds. For students, this system is a lifesaver when managing notes, research papers, and assignments across multiple courses. 2026-0915. BIO 101. Lecture Notes, Cell Division.pdf. 2026-1022. ENG205. Essay, Draft, VB2DUO.docx. As finals approach, you won't be scrambling through folders named Biology and English filled with dozens of files like Notes, Notes 2, and Essay Final. Instead, your files will be perfectly organized by date, allowing you to easily review your coursework in the order it was taught. This chronological organization naturally supports the learning process. Even your personal life benefits from this simple habit. Important documents, which are often saved and then forgotten until they are urgently needed, become instantly findable. 2025-0811, Passport Scan John Smith, PDF. 2026-0115, Rental Agreement 123main.vone.pdf. 2026-0720, Vacation Paris Eiffel Tower.jpg. When tax season arrives, or you need to find a warranty for an appliance, you won't have to dig through a digital junk drawer. A quick search for tax or warranty will bring up the exact file you need, dated and clearly described. Knowing the rule is one thing, making it an automatic, effortless habit is another. The goal is to reduce the friction of applying this naming convention, so that it becomes second nature. The less mental energy it takes to be organized, the more likely you are to stick with it. Fortunately, modern technology offers simple tools to help embed this habit into your workflow. Two of the most effective methods are a copy-paste template and a text expansion shortcut. These small setup actions take less than 5 minutes but pay dividends for years to come. Method 1. The low-tech, universally accessible template. Simply create a new plain text file on your desktop or in a quickly accessible folder. Inside that file, type out the naming convention template. YYYY-mm-dd_keyword_vx. Each time you need to save a new file, open this note, then copy the text, and paste it directly into the Save As dialog box. Then, update the date to the current day. Change keyword to something descriptive. Adjust the version number if needed. This removes the need to remember the exact format and punctuation. A more powerful and seamless method is a text expansion shortcut. Most operating systems offer this feature, starting with Mac OS. Windows also supports text replacement, and many third-party applications provide text expansion too. You define a short string that expands into a longer piece of text. For example, type the shortcut DNAME. It can expand to 2026-03-29_. All you have to do is type your keyword, then save. This technique reduces starting a file name correctly to just a few keystrokes. To make this habit truly automatic, be consistent for an initial period. For the next 7 days, make a conscious effort to use your chosen method. Use the template, or use the text shortcut. It might feel a little slow or awkward at first, but after just a few days, your muscle memory will start to take over. You'll find yourself typing the shortcut or pasting the template without conscious thought. The small investment of focused effort for 1 week will build a habit that serves you for a lifetime, creating a foundation of digital order that supports all your future work. Adopting this 5-minute naming habit is about more than just finding files faster. It's about changing your relationship with your digital environment. When every file has a clear name, when every file has a logical name, when every file has a consistent name, your computer transforms from a source of chaotic stress into a calm, reliable partner. You no longer have to hold a mental map The system does the organizing for you. This frees up your mental bandwidth for thinking, creating, solving problems. The peace of mind of instantly locating saved information extends far beyond simple time savings. The daily rewards will become apparent very quickly. The seconds you used to waste opening multiple versions of a file are given back to you. The moments of panic when you can't find a critical document before a deadline will disappear. Collaborating with others becomes smoother because the file names provide a clear, shared context. Over time, this small habit compounds. Your archive of work becomes a browsable, searchable, and genuinely useful personal knowledge base rather than a digital landfill. Your archive of notes becomes a browsable, searchable, and genuinely useful personal knowledge base rather than a digital landfill. Your archive of memories becomes a browsable, searchable, and genuinely useful personal knowledge base rather than a digital landfill. You build a system that gets more valuable, not more cluttered, with each new file you add. This method works because of its simplicity and consistency. There is no complex software to learn, no expensive subscription to maintain, no elaborate, multi-level folder hierarchy to build. It is a single, straightforward rule applied universally. This consistency is what allows your computer's built-in sorting and searching functions to work for you at maximum efficiency. By aligning your behavior with how computers are designed to operate, you unlock a level of organization that feels both effortless and powerful. Your digital world starts to make sense, and navigating it becomes an intuitive, frictionless experience. I encourage you to start today. It takes less than 5 minutes to set up. Choose your date format, YYMMDD. Decide on your separator. Use an underscore, or use a dash. Create your template or text expansion shortcut. The very next time the Save As dialog box appears on your screen, use it. Apply it to that one file. Then, do it for the next one. By taking this small, deliberate step, you are laying the first stone in the foundation of a more organized, productive, and calmer digital life. You are building your second brain. Subscribe to this channel for more videos and don't forget to turn on the notification bell.